Hello, welcome back to Bucket Drop and another episode of Golden Sun. We kind of have a task to do. No one really asked us to do anything, but I think, here, let's see. We know what we're doing. You are the warriors from the school. Are you strong warriors? Yeah, we are. I'm happy to see strong warriors. I hope you will go west. So we know that Hasu, whatever his name was, he went west. And we are going to go west. No one has actually specifically told us that we need to go that way. Well, no, that's true. Master Fe did kind of say that we do have to go this way. Why does me only have 94 PP? Oh, right, I used Frost. But Frost is only 5 PP. That bar seems a little big for only using up 5 PP. Does she only have 99? Oh, Froth Sphere. That's decent synergy. 110. Oh, right. I had to use Force a couple times, too. I forgot about that. We are going to go west, but first, up here, we're going to fight our first map Djinn. Well, yep, see? There's more of these in the Lost Age, but there is a set of them here in the original. And as I say that, I think technically there's only 3 to fight, because Flint, the first Djinn we got, technically counts as a map Djinn. So there's 1 of each. So we've already gotten our Venus one. Here's our Mars one. There's 2 more later in the game. There's, I think, 8 of them in the Lost Age compared to the 4 in this one. So there's not as many. All right, that's pretty strong. So that's our first synergy that actually hits more than 3 targets. That can hit up to 5. And it's the effectiveness decreases even further as it goes out, though, so until you get to, like, the really strong synergy, using the, actually, that's exactly who it's going to go to. Stick with you. Until you get to, like, endgame synergy, the stuff that hits 5 or 7, only a couple things in the game hit 7, but there's a few. Hitting 5, the ones that are at the edges, they're not going to take much. So what I usually like to do is when I am fighting 5 enemies, I'll have 2 people do 5 synergy at the edges, so it's actually only hitting 3. And then 1 person in the middle use a 3. And it evens out a little bit. Or like if you use, if you have 3 people that have a synergy that hits 5 enemies, you can use 1 on each end and 1 in the middle, and it'll kind of even out. It works out to be fairly even. Not completely, but okay. Ah, Silk Road! Boulders block the road. Come on, fear-ass visions, whatever your name is. My vision, it came true. Sue! Boulder! Hey, man, that's a boulder, all right. What you gonna do about it? It is no good. I cannot hear Sue's voice. Oh, we're gonna get that treasure chest. But first we gotta put all of... Whoop. I keep hitting the bumpers instead of the triggers on my PS4 controller. Which, as I've mentioned, I'm using I was previously using a Switch Pro controller. I've switched to using a PS4 controller. Not because I like the PS4 controller better. I actually like using the Switch controller better. I don't think the Switch controller is a better controller. I'm more used to it. So it just feels more comfortable. Before I was using the Switch controller, I do think that the Power Bread, that is going to Ivan. He needs it. If I was going full, just maximize everybody, then it would be going to Garrett to make him the biggest tank possible, but honestly, he doesn't really need it, so. And another town so soon, it's technically a dungeon. This is my first time in Alton. We must look a lot like a coastal town. Yeah, you do. Nothing gets by you. Okay, well, don't be a dick. Water-spewing monsters are what waterlog the village. Yep. Quite a spectacle. Let's see what's in here. That's useful. But you don't need it. I'm going to give that to Ivan with the other one. Keep him with the other ones. Keep them together. I really wish that the items stacked in this game, but nothing that a little juggling around won't fix. Now, can I examine this gravestone? Does one of these gravestones have an item? Nah. Can we see it? Yeah. Oh, yeah, you can kind of see it down there. That's one of the... Oh, actually, I'm just going to go fight it. That's what's causing this water here. Let's go defeat that guy. Oh, no, does he run inside first? Yeah, I got to beat him inside. I can't just fight him right here. All right, now it's a dungeon. This is pretty cool. I like this dungeon. I don't know about it, what's specifically about it. It's just, it's got some cool puzzles. Oh, I'm going to have to keep... So, technically, this is the first time I have to use Frost, so I could have gotten up to this point without using it, and I guess if I was... Well, I was going to say if I'm an idiot, I wouldn't know that I need to do that, but... Hey, I mean, you're a kid playing this game, you don't just know that you need to freeze the puddles. I know from just playing it so much, and I can't remember the first time I played if I just figured it out right away. Oh, puddles, I should freeze those, but... The only times I've used Frost so far were to get optional things, so I could have gotten to this point without using it. He screams a lot. The only downside of this is it's a little slow, because you need to watch them hop a bunch of times. There you go. And I was going to kind of, I'm going to be fighting a couple of these. I was going to kind of pretend it's a surprise, but honestly, who is that for? Me? No, not really. All right, so I'm dating myself a little bit here, because no one else will. Oh. But I'm recording this on July 15th, a Thursday. And similar to the last time I brought up the date, there's some stuff coming out tomorrow that I'm interested in. What am I interested in this time? Another album and another game. Last time it was, what was it? It was the Tyler, the Creator album and the Modest Mouse album, which I can't remember if I've mentioned since then. I listened to both. Both were great. The Tyler album was really good. It wasn't as good as Flower Boy, but I knew it wouldn't be because that's, it's one of my favorite rap albums. But it was definitely better than Igor. And I don't know. It was a good album. It was really catchy. Some good stuff on there. And the Modest Mouse album, oh, good. She gives that thing gives it to me now. I was worried that I was going to have to just repeatedly move her. I knew that I got this, but I didn't think I got it until the end. So I'm just going to go ahead and stick this on her now. All right, cool. The Modest Mouse album, I think I talked about this already. I'm not sure. Oh, maybe... No, you know what? I'm going to give it to Ivan. I want to conserve her PP. Because I need her for healing. In fact, I need to heal with her already. Actually, I might go stay at the inn. Why not? Really no reason not to. The Modest Mouse album was good too. I did not listen to the album that came before this one. But the newest album was kind of more of a throwback to their earliest albums. It didn't sound exactly like them, but it sounded more similar to their older albums before they did Float On and got kind of poppy. Which, still good when they got poppy with Float On. Still good albums. But Modest Mouse is a real... I thought that it had been a while since I listened to them, and it had been a while, but I thought that I hadn't listened to them that much, but I went back and I listened to their older albums. I'm just checking the pots here, because there's usually something in one of them, but I'll look up where the stat increase items are later, I guess. As I've been driving back and forth from my apartment and my parents' house, I was listening to their older albums, and I realized, I remember, every song that's on them, so that was great. It was nice. So I do know them more than I thought I did. I still really couldn't name you that many songs and be like, oh yeah, that's this song, because song titles have started to mean less to me. Because can't go in here yet. We'll be back, remember this. Because I tend to, put on albums that I've never heard for the first time, and then just... while I'm driving or something, so I don't really, absorb them, which is not the best way to listen to albums. Well, if you're trying to learn an album, that's not the way to listen to an album, but anyway, I like those albums. But this time, the album that's coming out tomorrow is a new John Mayer album, and I've had very different opinions of John Mayer over the years. At first, I thought of him very similar to probably what you think of him, that he wrote just like dumb, sappy pop songs and love songs. And he kind of still does. He did at the time, and he still really does. But he also, he just makes really good music. And what you find out when you see him live, he is an insane guitar player. I don't remember exactly where I realized this. I think it was, like, I knew he could play. I didn't know at first, but later I learned he could play. But what really, like, turned me on to him was in college I had a friend who told me, he's like, oh, do you listen to John Mayer? I was like, well, you mean the guy that sings that Real World song and Your Body is a Wonderland? He's like, yeah. I was like, no, why would I listen to him? He's like, dude, that guy can rip on the guitar. Really? He's like, oh God, okay. So he showed me the Where the Light Is. It's a live album by John Mayer. If you've never heard it, listen to it. It's fantastic. But he said, put this album on, turn the lights off, just close your eyes and listen. And when you get to Gravity, which is like the last song, it's a 3-set album. It's just a recording of one of his shows. Maybe it's a mixture of several shows, I don't know. But it's 3 sets. One set where he's just playing by himself with an acoustic guitar, which is good. He has a lot of good songs like that too. After that, he had a blues trio called the John Mayer Trio. Go figure. And he has a set with that, and that was really nice. You know, he played some good blues. He let it rip a bit, and I was like, wow, this guy, okay, he is pretty good. Then after that, he does his full band where he plays like his hits and stuff. And in that last set, just some of the guitar is just fantastic. That's what really made me go from like knowing about John Mayer to really liking John Mayer. And prior to that, I don't want to say I almost met him, because I didn't. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't almost meet him. I saw him, and that's it. Because when I played trumpet when I was younger in the school band, and my dad, for some reason, thinks that I love this trumpet player, Chris Bodie. I don't know why. I don't. I think he makes boring pop music. But he took me to see his show. My dad got me tickets at the Blue Note, which is a famous jazz club. I think there's a bunch of them. And it was a fantastic show. He sounded good. His whole band sounded good. Especially his drummer was incredible. Like, the whole show was worth it just for the drummer. But, the show after that, we go up afterwards to get an autograph from Chris Bodie. And we're waiting for the autograph, and I look over, I'm like, I think that's John Mayer. And I'm saying to my dad, like, that's John Mayer. And my dad's going, who? And I didn't realize, when you see John Mayer, he's really tall. I'm not that tall. I feel like I've told this story before. I'm not that tall, but John Mayer is at least 6 feet tall. I would guess he's like 6'3", maybe 6'4". Dude's tall. So he was towering over me. Maybe it's just because at the time I was, I don't know, 15, 16, and I hadn't fully finished growing yet, so I was shorter. But dude was tall. And I wasn't sure if it was actually him. I just saw a guy that looked a lot like John Mayer and had a guitar with him, like just kind of standing around after the show. And as we were leaving, I read the sign, and sure enough, the show after the show that we went to, Chris Bodie featuring John Mayer. That would have been really cool. That would have been really cool. And I would have discovered John Mayer even sooner. Well, not discovered him, but started to enjoy him even sooner, which would have been nice. Okay, now before I go down where I'm clearly supposed to go, I'm just going to go double check that there wasn't anything over here I need to get. But anyway, so at that point I like John Mayer, and he's kind of gone through phases. Like, he started just doing silly pop songs. Well-crafted, good songs. You know, he uses interesting chords and everything. He went to Berkeley, so he's got some music schooling. He knows what he's doing. After that, he started to, like, incorporate some blues a little bit with his Continuum and Battle Studies albums. Those were good albums. Oh, so I did have to come around this way anyway. Oh, no, I didn't. Okay. Just a shortcut. Oh, can't go this way yet. I'll be back, though. When I can lift this, I'll get that over there. I believe I get the lift gem at the end of this dungeon. I'm just gonna save a little time here. I do... Is it... Now, is the water lower? It is. Okay, but there's... Wait, give me 1 second here. I don't know. What am I asking you to wait for? Okay, so I do have to go back in there anyway. All right, let's see if there's anything new for sale here. Nope, nothing here. Chainmail. It's not better than the extra PP. Ooh, gauntlets. That's better there. Okay, that's better than the leather gloves. Yep. Give me the game ticket. I know. Ooh, iron helm. Ooh, that's... Anything better? No. All right, I'm gonna. Garrett's okay. I'm gonna get one for Isaac because his defense is lower. Now I don't get the weapon shop yet, but I believe there's at least one new item I could buy. The weapon shop is down another level, so I need to kill another one of those things. Is there? Can I go down over here? Nope. Okay, so I do need to go, but that room where I was like, we'll be back. I thought that's where I'll be going at the end after I kill some more, but nope, going there right now. Here we go. Deeper into the catacombs. Right, back to John Mayer. After John Mayer started adding blues to his albums, then he kind of took a weird pivot and he started doing like kind of folky, country, indie, Americana kind of stuff, like very like Tom Petty. Yeah, kind of Tom Petty-y. Not quite the same. Like, he's not writing... Well, yeah, Tom Petty is probably the closest thing I would compare it to, but not even really. It's like he kind of did a lot of acoustic guitar, or a lot of Neil Young kind of stuff. And I really liked that. The first album after that, Born and Raised, that was a really good album. I liked it. There was some not-so-good songs on it. Like, there's one... I forget the full name of it. It's some really long, dumb title about someone going on a one-man submarine ride. And it was too much. Just a long, dumb song that just didn't sound like what I wanted out of a John Mayer album. And then the album after that, Paradise Valley, not quite as good, but still good. After that, I think the album's called The Search for Everything. I haven't really listened to that one that much. But anyway, I like John Mayer. He's got a new album coming out tomorrow. I heard the lead single from it. It's very like 80s. People were saying it, people were like kind of yelling at Weezer. Because I don't know if you're a Weezer fan, you probably hate Weezer now, because most people do. I don't know if I've ever seen a band drop off in quality as hard as Weezer did, because their first two albums are some of the greatest albums of all time, in my opinion. And most of their albums since that have been kind of crap, with a couple of good stuff in between. But in general, there was a tremendous drop off in quality. And they did like a big meme album recently where they did a bunch of covers. And the first one was Weezer covering Africa by Toto, which it started as a Twitter meme where everyone was requesting it, and then they actually did it. And everyone was like, oh, they did it. And then they went ahead and made a full album that nobody really asked for. Because they didn't make the songs their own. They kind of just straight covered them, which is fine if you're like just doing that at like a concert or something, or maybe releasing like one. But a full album of just covers that, like, you do the song pretty straight on, but just like make it a little more generic. It wasn't a good album, so people were kind of shitting on them. The new John Mayer song has a very, like, 80s Toto vibe to it. So people were like, see, Weezer, this is how you cover Toto. This is how you cover Africa. Because it doesn't sound it doesn't sound like he's ripping off Africa, but you can hear the similarities. Does that lower defense? Yes, it does. I couldn't remember if that lowered defense or attack, but I now remember Impair is the one that lowers attack. I was hoping that would be something more useful than a game ticket. Okay, you need a heal. You need a heal. Everybody gets a heal. Mia doesn't need a heal right now. Okay, so that album's coming out tomorrow. I'm excited to listen to that. But what also comes out tomorrow is the Skyward Sword remake on the Switch. And I have more mixed feelings about that. I never played the original Skyward Sword. I've heard, because actually, there's no reason that I didn't play it. I just didn't have it. It's of the major, so like not like Spirit Tracks, which I did play Spirit Tracks, but like not the kind of spin-offy kind of Zelda games. I think that's the only one that I didn't play at all. Well, I didn't play Zelda 2. I kind of just don't want to. It doesn't seem fun. Which some people would say it's very fun. A lot of people would say it's not fun. But I didn't play Zelda 2, and I didn't play Skyward Sword, and I didn't finish Twilight Princess. I have it. I've played some of it. I didn't finish it, but Skyward Sword I never owned and I've never played. At first it was just we didn't get it, and then later when I was like, I should maybe try playing this, you can't really emulate it because you need to use the motion controls. The motion controls are built into it. There's no way to turn them off. And that kind of turned me off also. I was like, I don't really want to do that. Like, I just want to play a Zelda game. I don't want to be swinging my Wii remote around and breaking the TV. So I never played that. The remake's coming out, and as far as I know, you could turn off the motion controls. I think people are like still kind of confused about this. Because I hear people complaining about, like, I've been watching people on Twitch that have played Zelda games, and they've been talking about, they're like, oh my god, Nintendo is going to make me use these motion controls. And I don't think you have to. I think you could turn it off. You can leave them on if you're an idiot or a child, I guess. But I don't want to. I don't want to leave them on. I don't want to use the controls. So if I'm torn on it though, because every Zelda game is divisive. Some people love it, some people hate it. I've never seen one as divisive as Skyward Sword. I've heard several people say it's the greatest Zelda game ever and one of the greatest games of all time, which obviously that's not true. Well, I guess not obviously, but yeah, that's probably not true. It's just anytime you call anything the greatest of all time or one of the greatest of this, whatever, it's always a very tall order. And so I've heard critics said that, and people that I've met have said that. But I've had other people say it's the worst Zelda game. Oh, I did get a Dragon Shield. That's why I was saying, like, I probably only need to buy one of these because I thought I got a shield, but I couldn't remember. Okay, resists fire. Garrett doesn't need that. It'll be more useful on Isaac, I guess. Because Garrett still resists fire because he naturally resists fire and because he has a bunch of fire gin on him. So I've had some people say it is the worst Zelda game, and it's just a garbage game that does not even deserve to be played. And realistically, the answer's probably somewhere in the middle. Maybe it's not that great. Maybe it's not that bad. It's probably good. Every Zelda game I've played has been at least fun, good. Some are better than others. They're all playable. They're all enjoyable. There's never been one where I'm playing it and I'm just like, why am I playing this? This is boring. I didn't finish Twilight Princess, but that's not a commentary on the game itself. That's just a commentary on me being a bad gamer because I just get distracted while I'm playing things all the time. I'm sure that's a great game too. I've heard a lot of people say very similar things about Twilight Princess. Some people say it's a masterpiece, some people say it's garbage. And like all Zelda games, it's probably somewhere in the middle. Probably a good game, maybe not a masterpiece, maybe not garbage, but probably a good game. So, unlike last time when I was recording the day before something came out, when Mario Golf came out, I bought that. I pre-ordered it. It's the first thing I've pre-ordered in a long time because generally I don't like pre-ordering because people have a tendency to release games that are not finished these days or games that are not worth the price. Every AAA title is $60 right now. I've been playing through the Resident Evil games, as I mentioned, and I got to Resident Evil 3. And a lot of people said the original Resident Evil 3 was actually better than the remake, which I don't know. I didn't play them. Like I said, the only one I had played previously was Resident Evil 4, and I played Resident Evil 1. That was fun. I played the remake of Resident Evil 2, and it was a blast. It was really good. And people said, yeah, that's a really good remake. So I didn't play the original. The original Resident Evil 2, that is. Resident Evil 3, though, people say the original is better than the remake. So I downloaded the original, and I played that one, like the old school one, on the GameCube, which that's not even the original one. I think it was originally on the original PlayStation, I believe. Maybe it was on... I don't know what it was on. I think it was on the PlayStation. We'll just go with that. And it took a little, like, it took a little while to get used to the controls, because they have the old school tank controls where, like, hitting forward makes you go forward. It doesn't make you go, like, up. If you press up on the control stick, you go forward, not up. And then you aim yourself with left and right. They call it tank controls, and it is annoying. It took a little getting used to, but by the end of the game, I had mostly gotten used to it. So, I put up with it. And I played through that game. Then I played the remake, and I gotta say, the original was better. It's a little dated, but it's better. They cut out a bunch of stuff. I don't know why. Like, in the original game, Nemesis is chasing you through almost the entire game. Ooh, Synergy Rod. Okay, I'm gonna give it to you. This, I'm giving that to him just so I could sell the Elven Rapier. I'm actually going to trade this to her. And then give that to Ivan. Because the Synergy Rod, if it unleashes, it steals PP. So that'll be useful for her, because her PP keeps running low right now. Ooh, Claymore, that's powerful. That's very powerful. Garrett's getting that. And now Garrett is our strongest attacker. Right? Nope, never mind. Isaac is just too strong. How strong is the... 35. Yeah, he's got like 30 more. And this is despite Garrett being in a... No, I guess they're in the same level class. They're both in level 2 of their class, so... Yeah, Isaac's just stronger physically. Garrett's got the defense, but... You know how it is. Okay, I'll be back for that. There's not actually a minecart here. That's... I guess that's just to waste a second of your time. What is it? Yeah, in the remake of... in the original Resident Evil 3, Nemesis is chasing you for, like, the entire game. And you can't kill him. You can shoot him enough times that he kind of, like, kneels down and you can run past him, or you could just avoid him. I avoided him the entire game. But he just pops up all the time and you have to deal with him the entire game. In the remake, they cut him out of, like, big sections of the game. He only shows up sometimes. And it really, like... It took away some of the scariness of the game. Like, whenever I had to face him in the original, it was really annoying. But it's supposed to be annoying. It's supposed to be scary. He's not even scary in the remake. He looks just kind of silly. And he's silly in the original too. Resident Evil is very campy. It's very cheesy, and very often things don't make sense, but they kind of don't have to. But yeah, they really reduced his, like, role in the game, and they really... Like, they cut out full sections of the game. Like, at one point you go to the clock tower of the town, and you have to solve a bunch of puzzles, and it culminates in... There's a boss battle, and you get poisoned, and you need to switch characters, and a whole bunch of shit happens. In the remake, it's just a boss battle. That's it. You go to the clock tower, you fight a boss, then you move on. I don't understand why they felt the need to do that. They said, like, we took the set pieces of Resident Evil 3 and we reimagined them, which is fine. But, like, they mostly just cut shit out. They didn't really add much in. So I was surprised, but I get it. The original was better. But the reason I brought this up, it costs $60. The game is 5 hours long. And unlike other Resident Evils where there's 2 campaigns to play, and then usually when you finish those, you unlock, like, even a 3rd campaign, there's not. Resident Evil 3 is just one campaign, and when you finish it, the only thing you could do is try and play it better. So, I didn't do that because I'm trying to play through all these, and I didn't think it was great. So I played through it one time, it took 5 hours, bam, $60. Except I didn't pay $60 for it. This is why I wait for games to go on sale. I got it for $15. For $15, okay. It was still not that much game, but it was very high, and like I said, not that much fun. But it was still a very high quality game. It looked good, it played good, it sounded good, everything. Like, the game was complete. It wasn't an unfinished game, but there just wasn't enough game to justify $60. $15, okay. That I can stand. Okay, so we need 2. Yep. Get into a fight. Yeah, let's kill this guy before he splits 30 times. Nice. Right. But anyway, long tangent there. I pre-ordered... Okay, we want this to go this way, I think. That we can... Yes, we're gonna go fight that Jin over there. I pre-ordered Mario Golf. I am not pre-ordering Skyward Sword. It comes out at midnight tonight, so by midnight you could be playing it, which that's what I did with Mario Golf. I pre-ordered it and pre-installed it, which is stupid. Like, the thing was fully on my console at that point, and it's just, you're not allowed to play it until midnight. It's so stupid. But this time, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to watch people play it a little bit and see what their opinions are of it. Let me see what time we got. All right, I'm gonna fight this Jin over here, and then we'll call it a day. We're not quite done with this, but it's not over immediately after this, so we need to break this one up into 2. I'm actually a little surprised that this this dungeon wound up taking 2 videos. I didn't think it was that long, but you know what? No, I guess. No. Now I have to do this whole room again. Damn it. All right, you know what? I'm going to do both of these next time on Bucket Drop. Peace out.